So supply and demand is clearly involved. It's interesting when we think about someone who's untrained in the arts, and you were speaking earlier about this is work from the soul, and I think, at least I look around here and I too am just touched. I think, wow, this is really top-notch work. How do we know that, aside from the fact that it may be increasing in value, when you look at a piece of art that's not produced by a trained artist, what are you looking for that makes you think, this is something really special?
Something that moves me. It's as simple as that. I look to be touched by something, whether it makes me laugh, and a lot of pieces make me laugh. A lot of American folk art just makes me happy. Because it's combinations of odd things. It's, you know, a fiddle made out of matchsticks. It's a root figure of an animal made out of a tree root, where you know that somebody looked at that tree root and said, if I put eyes and ears on it, it's a dog. And I think things like that get you. So I buy not because things have names attached to them that I recognize, because when I started I didn't recognize any of the names, you know, and I was really surprised to find out that books had been written and articles had been written about these artists that I thought I discovered. But it all comes down to, do you attach to something emotionally?
So, Deirdre, you're looking up here and you're telling me the stick dog is one of the very first pieces that you got. Why? What was it about this piece that made you?
Well, I didn't actually purchase it, but while we were unwrapping all of the inventory that had been amassed over 8 years, when we took that piece out of its box, Susan and Marcy said, that's the first piece we bought. And that's just really exciting. I almost don't want to sell him. Also, these houses, some of which were made as replicas of the main house. Some are doll houses, some are bird houses, but we have a lot of clients that like to light them. They electrify them and put them on bookshelves in their home, and they're really, really charming at night.
We look up here a little bit above our heads here, and we see a bunch of devils. What's that all about?
Well, the owners do seem to have an attraction for devil figures. Again, it's like what Susan has been talking about. Things that make you smile, we're really attracted to. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's by Ronald Cooper, and it's called Hell It Is. And you see the devil driving these poor souls to hell. And I just think it's fantastic, and it makes me really laugh.
And it's basically a painted shoe with a rubber snake, and
loaded with people
yeah,
to hell.
yeah, that's great.
Really colorful. It's wonderful. I love it.
We're moving around the store, and we've got these kelpies that look like they've come from a Tim Burton movie. Tell us who makes these and what they're all about.
This is an artist called Mr. List, who is from Northern California, and Marcy and I were on an American folk art tour, and we went into a gallery and saw these up on a shelf and said, we must have these. Talk about things that make you laugh. These things make me just hysterical. There's only one sad kelpie, but they are actually pieces of seaweed, kelp, that the artist carves when they're close to dry so that he can manipulate them a little bit. And they all look loopy and hysterical to me, with the seaweed on the head for the hair. And they've been some of our best sellers.
So we're looking now at a newspaper log cabin which won the first prize at the 1932 World Fair, and we have the prize ribbon here.
Absolutely.
Tell us about this. This
is, as it said, made by Bertha Blackburn, and it is made completely of newspaper. Even the logs are made of rolled up newspaper. There's no other support in it. There is a little bit of glass in the windows, but the chimney and everything is made of old newspaper. And we can sit around and read the newspaper. And it comes from various places in the country, but it's just an incredible piece because every single piece of it is rolled newspaper or flat newspaper.
gets rough, you'll need a new attitude. So give yourself a break.
So now we're in another part of the gallery here. This is the Barry and Edie Briskin collection. This is a collection that became available because the Briskins got a divorce, and you bought the collection wholesale, is that correct?
We did. We bought it before anybody else had a chance to, and it was a wonderful opportunity. It was really great for both of us because Barry and Edie didn't have to go to auction and sell the pieces individually, and we thought this will probably help put us on the map as having some major American pieces because Barry and Edie are both associated with the American Folk Art Museum in New York, and he's head of the American Antique Show in New York. So they had incredible taste, and we were very lucky to be able to purchase the entire collection. And some of the pieces that I want to draw your attention to especially are this incredible polychrome bust from the 19th century. The expression is so amazing, and the fact that it has existed, it's wood, and that it has remained in the condition it's in is just incredible. This woman was from a logging camp. She was the mascot in a logging camp, and you can probably see that her breasts are a little shinier than everything else. They believe that the guys rubbed her breasts for luck as they went out to log. The picture over here is a tobacco sign. It's a collage made up of very, very many pieces that are actually cigarette holders. So we believe it's from 1895. It comes from San Francisco, and it's multimedia, which is really interesting. You know, there's the wood and the paper mache things, and the incredible frame. It's a very showy piece.
Let me ask you a little bit more about the Briskins' taste. So these are people with just an exquisite eye for collecting. What is it? How do you rate them above other folks in terms of just getting the very best pieces?
Well, I rate them above them because we got them. Truly, I have seen many collections. I've never known of a collection that was able to be purchased like this all at once. They're written up in all of the famous books about collecting American art. American Primitive and American Vernacular are sort of the Bibles of American folk art, and many of their pieces are described in there. This piece, for instance, the White Bird Bath, is illustrated in the book right over here, and it's a beautiful piece. It clearly has some green underpaint, and it's very understated and lovely. And the sculpture right there, the jointed sculpture, Frank Maresca has a much larger sculpture of the same hand, obviously the same artist, in his own apartment in New York. So I think that we were very lucky in that when we found out this collection was available to have so many things in it that were already documented in the books and things that we loved as well.